So,
Realtor.
I mean, it's not just me, but yeah, you can laugh all
Another
you
one.
want, but
God
that's
damn it. Oh, God damn it. Is it time to give up on the fantasy for the dream?
the dream to be married or what?
The dream that's keeping the dream that's the reason you're single right now.
It's never time. I mean, we all have different times in life.
Really? How old
Yeah,
are you again?
30.
What age is the time to give up on the dream?
There's people getting married 60, 80.
No, I'm talking about you.
Me personally, I'm not going to give up because I don't think I'm really trying yet. So,
Why aren't you trying yet? What's the hold up? What's the problem? A lot of times it seems like, especially women, because you on a clock. You, unlike men, you're on a clock. It's just baffling why women feel like they got all the time in the world. I don't get it. I mean, look at Kevin's face right now. He's like, you think you got all day? You think you got all the time in the world? Why aren't you trying now? Time is your enemy. Okay? In every way. In getting a man and having kids and your appeal, your looks will fade. Time is your enemy. You got to make stuff happen now, even more so than a man. All right. And for whatever reason, a lot of women. I'm not going to even just say sisters, but a lot of women feel like they got all the time in the world. Baffling to me. Let's go in.
What age do you think you're gonna start trying?
to be honest with you, I'm having my selfish year. So I'm going to give myself probably like 1 to 2 years.
Did you hear? Did I hear that right? Did y'all hear that right? I'm having my selfish year.
You can't make this shit up, folks. You cannot make this shit up.
I'm gonna just let that one marinate. I'm having my selfish year. Again, you feel like you got all the time in the world to have a selfish year? Why have a selfish year? What's the purpose of having a selfish year? It's time wasted. It's funny because women don't like to wait on their careers and their money, but they'll wait on a man. Like I'll get around to that. Okay, I'm not done having my selfish year. This is about me. Now some might say, "Oh well, yeah, let her have her little selfish year. Let her have her year, and maybe she's just trying to get to know herself or trying to, this, that, and the third." But again, time is an enemy for women. It always has been. It always will be. Okay, with every year that passes, you're a lot of eggs become dry. Now, I'm not saying all women want to have kids, but even your looks will fade. So time is your enemy. Let's go in.
Then I'll pursue a relationship or whatever I desire.
Or whatever you desire. Like you got that luxury.
You have any kids?
Yes, I have a beautiful daughter. She's 6.
Why do you think it works like that?
Works like what?
You're already a single mother, which is no shot. My mom was a single mother, but talk about your selfish years when you got a kid.
Right.
Yeah,
Why do my question is, you said that, I said, is it time to give up on a dream? You said never give up on a dream. that people get married in their 60s and 80s, which is always this fanciful shit like that.
Well,
So if your daughter, so listen,
we
so
all have,
listen, no. If your daughter didn't study, didn't do her homework, and said, "Well, mom, people pass tests all the time," you'd say, "All right, daughter, just live life like that."
I'm not understanding. Did you ask me a question or?
Yeah, would you?
Is it me or do is it me or do women just don't be listening? I did another video with him, and the whole time the chick was not. I mean, he's done a lot of interviews where women just don't be listening, and that if they ain't listening to Kevin on camera in front of thousands of people, imagine what they doing with their man. They ain't listening. What is it with the listening? They want you to hear everything they say. Okay, but when it comes to when you talking, I swear when black men talk, people just, I mean, they just zone us out, it seems like. It's baffling to me. People are so poor at listening. But they want you to listen to them though. They want you to hear and feel everything that they're coming with. But when you got something to say, I'm sorry, what was that? Like you talking, you have an opinion? That's insulting to me. Like if you on this man's show, listen to him at least. You called him, listen. And let me calm down. Let's go back in.
Why are you? When are you going to grow up and become a serious woman?
I feel like I'm being serious. I'm taking my life seriously.
But you said you're in your selfish years.
Yeah, I think we
It's
all
your
have.
daughter.
You know, when you're in a relationship, you really can't be selfish because you are constantly having to think about your partner. So at this, at this current moment in my life, and I want to be selfish. I want to worry about me and not have to think about making somebody else happy. You know what I'm
And why
saying?
make a baby?
Why did I make a baby? One, I was young. Two,
You were 24.
yeah,
Weren't
so
You weren't young.
It's funny because women get to be young, but men, well, you made it. You got to take care of it, or you made it. Like we don't get excuses. We can't hang on that. I was young, and this that. No, it's your responsibility. Nobody told you to do this, that, and the third, go raw, whatever, this, that, and the third. But women, they get to be young. I was young, so I had it. So what? Let's move on. But when men, they never get that luxury of being just young. Nobody's ever said to especially a black man, well, I know you were young and all is forgiven. You don't have to worry about anything. I understand. No. It's always take care of that baby. You knew the consequences when you did that. Stand up, be a man up. That's what men get to hear. Women get to be young. Anyway.
I mean, technically, I
Youngest
think
14, ma'am. Youngest 14.
I was engaged, so that was my main reason to do
It
it.
doesn't count for marriage. So don't get combative. Don't get fussy, because you say you want to be selfish, and I'm just sitting here listening. I'm like, you're a mother.
Yeah, selfish for my daughter. Reason
No, you
two.
haven't said for your daughter. You
For the
said no, you don't, man. I hear very well. I hear very well. And you only brought your daughter up when I called it out.
Right.
It's for both of us.
Of course it is. So how's doing dicks gonna help your daughter?
Doing dicks. Who said who's doing dicks?
Being selfish, doing your own life. I mean,
That's
what are you doing in your single years? What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals,
My Johnny Gill ass. My me.
Right.
Listen to this selfishness.
I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish.
Good. Die alone. You can be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're fine. We're
Oh,
honestly,
not
I'm more happy with women like you who are loud, proud, so we can identify you, so guys can just learn to just say congratulate you, live in your truth and your power.
I will not die. I will guarantee you that.
Of course not. Of course not.
I don't know what's up with the
You're all
audio.
gonna get married to high value men and have solid old children and travel and drive Mercedes and have personal chefs and all this other stuff. Of course, it's all gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's what you've been told. That's why, and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding relationships.
Okay.
Relationships, man. Relationships. I didn't say periods.
Yeah, he added the relationships because he didn't want to get into too much into her feelings if he just said her personality was trash. So yeah, he added the relationships so she don't get too defensive. But anyway, let's go in.
It's kind of trash regarding relationships. Because apparently to you, relationships hinder you from being selfish. But I've got news for you. An average man provides a woman options. A man of value provides a woman freedom. You can't be selfish as a single mama. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay. That's a fact.
I know. So why you'd rather be? We have deified being a single mother when that shit is hard.
That's exactly why I have to be selfish, because I don't have time to have that.
You don't have to. Being selfish doesn't get you a man. Doesn't get you a husband.
I'm looking for a man right now. I think I'm content.
I want you to understand. See, this is what I mean. So you are prepared. Well, that's fine. That's why I'm glad to do these things, because they think it's a game. Did you go to college? Did you go to college?
Yes. I actually went to.
You're breaking. What's your degree in?
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay. What was your profession?
I was in school for nursing.
What is your profession?
I'm in the airline industry.
So you're a flight attendant?
Yes. And next.
You're a sky waitress. Shout out to the sky waitresses. Not really a good profession for a single mother.
Especially since you got to travel a lot, but that's probably the reason why she probably don't like her job. That's probably the reason why she got to be selfish, because she can't really be there for her man. She has to travel a lot. She has to go many different places. So it's probably, I don't know, she probably got a dude in every, got bros in there in different area codes, but she ain't gonna attach no feelings to it, because she on her selfish. So she probably don't care that she got those relationships in other area. That's an assumption, but I think that's probably her case. That's probably the reason why she wants to do her selfish thing, is because she probably got it set up where she can be selfish. Nobody expects nothing from her. She still get what she want. And when she's ready to get, she probably looking for a guy to, I don't want to say retire her out of being a flight attendant, but looking for a sponsor. When the right sponsor comes along, then she'll give up that job. But anyway, let's go in.
But see, I want you guys to understand that she fits in that kind of creative area, and you find a lot of women who are hairstylists and flight attendants because they can fly places, but you say you're gonna do it for 2 more years, and then you're gonna decide to find a husband or decide to be in a relationship. Do you want any more kids one day?
Oh yeah, I definitely want.
How many more?
Probably like two more.
I'm assuming you want to have kids in the context of a marriage, or do you care?
Yeah, Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to wait for. So
Oh, okay.
marriage.
So when you're married and pregnant with the next child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
No.
Oh, okay. Uh, then
I haven't seen this before, but like I said, looking for that sponsor. Somebody who can sponsor her and get her out of her job so she can have some more kids. She definitely wants some more kids. She do want to get married. But you're gonna have to pay for it. And most likely gonna have to be a 6-figure dude at least. But let's get into it.
after you have your two other kids and your one kid, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire lifetime? I mean, if you
Um,
don't, I mean, if you
maybe
don't provide it, it's not there.
I feel like it will be like old style parenting, like still maybe like the groceries or it's like stuff like
So in
that.
other words, less than 10%,
Correct.
less than 5%. Okay,
Wow.
groceries. So
You know,
groceries. So
I,
you really don't want to have. I'm not judging, man, but groceries for you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine. 5-10%.
oh,
Sponsor.
I saw my parents do it. The man took care of mostly everything, whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money, she made over 6 figures. All she did was
Your
you
mother
know,
married to your father?
yes,
Are they still married?
yes,
Okay, you're not your mom. You're an
okay,
independent modern woman, and you want to be a housewife.
yes.
Ain't gonna happen. Because
Especially if you having these selfish years and stuff like that, and you're gonna be older the next year, and you know your eggs are gonna dry up just a little bit more, and don't look like her mother really showed her the ropes either on on how to be a good housewife, because she ain't giving off good housewife energy right now. She's giving off very very selfish. It's all about me. I don't want to have to really do nothing in this relationship. He's going to have to bring at least 90% of the income in. And I get to sit, be pretty, have babies, and get taken care of. I often say a lot of women seem like they want a either one or two men. They either want a son husband, a man that they can control like their son, or they want a daddy husband, a man who will take care of them. The love is straight from the daddy to the daughter. It's often one way. They're obligated to take care of them, and the daughter slash wife doesn't really have to return anything because the daddy husband has unconditional love for them. And that's what it seems like a lot of women are either looking for the son husband or the daddy husband, where it's a father and daughter relationship. They never volunteering to be. I hear a lot of equality. I want things to be equal, but when the check comes, and no, I don't want to be equal. It's always a hypergamous type of situation that they're looking for. They want the man to provide all the finances and have to worry about all of that. We want equality, but we want you to pay 90%. Just remember that. But other thing, the say so in the house and who's running the house and all of that, that's equal. Only the money is what you need to come up with. I don't have to come up with that. I'm the woman. Ridiculousness. Let's go in.
the kind of men that make the kind of money to be able to afford 3 kids and a lifestyle, $200,000 ain't gonna put up with this attitude. I don't care how good you think. I'm not gonna put up a modern woman. They're just not going to put up. What I'm saying is the kind of men that can afford a family of 3 in a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle aren't putting up with a modern woman. They want traditional feminine women who are they're not selfish. They are selfless. They
Facts.
put themselves last.
But I
They
feel like
put the man first and their family second.
that was me for about 8 years.
Doesn't
So
matter. And they want a woman that's like that in all things at all times. They don't want a woman who goes through the selfish phase. Matter of fact, when they find a woman who are like you, they say she's a chameleon and they'll hit the skins and they'll leave. They don't marry her. They want
Because what they know is that you're eventually gonna go back to that selfishness. It's just an easy switch to flip. Why would they wife you up? Why would they marry you? Because they know you're going to flip that selfish switch back on. Bling. Happens all the time in a lot of marriages. And those women are the ones who end up in, sexless marriages or initiate sexless marriages for men. And then the men, because they're only thinking about themselves. So, when it come time to get the divorce, see, here's the hustle. Get a high value man. This is why women like hypergamy. Get a high value man, marry him, get him in the trap, in the sex trap, so he's sexually frustrated. He cheats. You have a reason to divorce. You divorce him, split him from half his bucks, and he's paying alimony, and you live life on easy street in your own house with the kids, and you collect child support. Now I have money coming in and I don't have to work. That is a side hustle for women. They know it. They pull this all the time. If it wasn't about money, they wouldn't be trying to seek high value men. Obviously, it's about, getting a man at his peak and then divorcing him and getting that money while they figure out what they want to do with their life. Anyway, let's go in.
They run a background check, and as soon as they find an independent streak, you're not in wife category
At all.
We're talking about men who you're talking about you don't want to pay for groceries. So a man's gonna have to make well over 6 figures to have $1.5 million in kids. And you you got this little smirk, like, it's not a game. I'm doing this so other women can hear. How crazy this sounds.
Yeah, so now she's going to put the face mask on because trying to hide the smirk. But look, men figured you out, ladies. Men figured you out. Okay? The jig is up. Yeah, you smirking because you know Kevin know the game. He figured you out. Probably didn't even think men were smart enough to figure everything out. But yeah, we know what the deal is. You can't pull the wool over our eyes, okay? Not no more. So you can hide your smirk all day, all you want. We know what's going on. We know the deal. Stop it. Anyway, let's go in.
I'm listening.
No, there's nothing else to be said. You've said pretty enough. You in your selfish phase. And there's nothing out there that you're doing that's going to be of value to a husband.
Facts.
I think it is. Me being selfish will prepare me in order when that right man, I will be in the space in order to give him like 100%. At this moment, I cannot give no man not even 50% of me right now because I'm not even thinking about a man. You know what I'm saying? So in all honesty, when it comes down to, like, let's say if a year or 2 years from now, when I'm in the right state of mind in order to, be able to have a relationship with no walls and whatnot, then I'll be able to give myself like that,
Okay, so let me ask you 2 questions. If a man who can meet your standards, he can meet a whole lot of other women's standards.
Facts.
Okay, why would he pick you a woman who has to go on this selfish journey and all sorts of stuff. Why would he not pick a woman who's already in her feminine and not wavering, did not have to go through anything? She's just ready to go.
Okay, he can pick the
Oh
other.
no, hold on, listen, and no child.
Badly, he can pick the.
Listen, I think you need to understand the kind of men you're looking for are very rare. Women aren't rare. Cute isn't rare. What you have to offer the market, which is men, is in abundance. So the person who is rare has to pick. He can only pick one wife. Why would he pick a wife that was in this position when he can pick a woman who just has her mind right from the jump?
Okay, so when I'm thinking about my future husband, I'm thinking he's destined for me.
This is why so many women are lost today.
So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, oh,
Where'd you get that belief at? Where'd you get that belief from?
Right.
where did I get that belief? I believe in, what is it? Law of attraction. I don't know. I just believe that.
Law of attraction for women is Disney. Disney is the law of attraction. I seen it in the Disney movie. I read it in the Disney book. I seen it with Disney characters. That's my law of attraction. If it happened for Cinderella, it can happen to me. Anyway.
My husband is my husband, right? So if I have that mentality, I'm okay, this man is gonna be my husband, this man is gonna be my husband. No, my husband will find me.
So how many men are destined for you?
How many men?
Mm-hmm.
I've been in one serious relationship, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm just asking because you mentioned destiny. So is there only one man that's destined for you?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Then if that's the case, why do you have another man's child?
You don't want a hot box with the Godfather on this topic. I know too much.
Because at one point in time, that one man was.
No. Think about what you just said. If you're his, then you should. If he's yours, then you should be his. And if that's the case, you shouldn't have another man's child.
Yeah. So
just think about the logic. Just think. Don't get defensive. Just think about the logic. If you guys are destined to be with one another, that means you should be only for him. That means your womb should only be for him.
That's correct, and that was my mistake for having. I can't say my.
Or there is no such thing as somebody that's destined to be with you. It's a choice. That is Disney fantasy that's been marketed to the women in the West.
I swear I haven't seen this before. Yeah, Disney. Yeah, I just said that. I find that interesting. Anyway, let's go.
To sell you Valentine's Day cards and engagement rings. This is a new creation. And my question to you is, if your mother and father were married, and they're still married, did they not model what a healthy, functioning marital relationship was to look like?
I mean, I don't think that marriage is perfect, but they did definitely model what marriage is,
So do you want to have what they had?
I would say, yeah.
So if you were to look in the public, what would be your relationship ideal role model? Your relationship ideal model? What couple do you say that's who you want it to be like?
Honestly, I would say a man like Russell Wilson. So,
Not Russell Wilson again. Oh my goodness. What is it about Russell Wilson? You know what Russell Wilson symbolizes? And I swear this is the fantasy guy for all women. Okay? The fantasy man for all women. A rich simp. That's what they all want. A rich guy that can spend his money and do whatever they want to do. I even think that guy is more in demand than a future. A rich simp is the perfect man. You make all the millions, I spend it. and I do whatever. I twerk on Instagram. I pose in seductive ways as as your wife. You don't say nothing. You have the same belief systems as me. You don't give me no pushback on nothing. I'm free to spend your money, free to be who I am. And I brung a baby into this situation, and you still got me. That is quintessential, the perfect man for most women. A rich simp. This Russell Wilson stuff is funny. Anyway, let's go in.
But
And if I asked you and I asked you, is your black femininity ideal? Who is that public figure?
who's my ideal public figure? I
Sierra?
honestly would say Beyonce.
Femininity.
Femininity?
Beyonce?
Makes sense. Makes sense. It makes sense because the only way your world will work is if you're Sierra. And you wanted Russell Wilson. The thing is, this has been invaluable because there's so many women like you who just think
Russell Wilsons are like growing on trees or something. Like, how many Russell Wilsons you think is growing on trees out here? Like, how many? Everybody can't be an NFL quarterback with $100 million contract. We just can't. There's not a lot of those guys out here. And I mean, looking at her, now I know that's probably her fantasy guy, right? But why would you even think you would qualify for a guy like that? Like Kevin said, you have to be Sierra, and a lot of men are surprised Sierra got Russell. Like, and this is what I mean by the rich simp, because through men's eyes, Sierra wouldn't have qualified, but with a simp, she does. But you know that's a lot of, especially a lot of sisters, that's their Cinderella story. The Sierra, Cinderella, Sierra, it's close. It's close. That's the Cinderella story for sisters. Is Sierra. They should make a Disney movie named Sierra, and have a glass slipper fall off and do the whole nine. Pumpkin, chariot. Anyway, let's go in.
you can believe what you want, you can live in your truth, but here's the thing. The likelihood of you getting Sierra's prayer, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery, especially for a provider male. And the man that would be better suited for you, he's probably better off without you. And I mean this way because you're selfish. A wife doesn't have a selfish streak.
Facts.
Are you an only child?
No.
Okay. So, and I don't mean any insult by this, but seriously, have you ever had any therapy?
No.
Have you ever considered it?
Oh yeah, I think I have just recently. Within
you should look into it. I think you should look into it because what you're saying, ma'am, may feel like it's protecting you, but it's very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. Life is about people. And I know you're on Instagram, you got to protect your ego and say certain things because you want to maintain status, but it's not healthy. You can't live this way. Not especially get the outcomes you're talking about, because there's not one person that's destined for you. You choose somebody. Life ain't about love. Marriage ain't about love. It's about an agreement. And my question is, do you have what it takes to go 30? Do you have what it takes to go 40 years with somebody?
Yeah, if I'm married, of course, but if I'm not, just like my last situation, 8 years down the road for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you could have married that person.
I don't have time to.
You could have married that person.
No, some men are selfish. So,
Well, you're a selfish woman. That would have been perfect.
oh,
Yeah, you're on your
I
selfish
plead the
right now.
fifth on this one.
Right. Don't blame it on the men. You picked him. We are what we attract.
Right, you match energies.
So last questions. Last questions. All right, because let's just say your right person doesn't show up for whatever reason. What does life look like at 55 years old socially for you if you're unmarried?
If I'm unmarried, I hope to have friends who are also, and just live life, enjoy life for what it is.
Okay. What state do you live in?
Washington, D.C.
Okay. Will you have your $2.2 million you'll need to retire on at age 65 to live from 65 to 85 as a flight attendant?
I'm hoping to do more than that, but yeah.
How are you hoping to do that on a flight attendant salary?
I don't plan to just stay here, so I have my own plans and agenda. So,
What profession do you plan on? What profession do you plan on pursuing that's going to give you that kind of income and investment and savings?
That's my personal.
No, ma'am. You can just tell us. You don't have to give us the exact plan. Just ask the profession.
Honesty, a real estate plan. So,
Really?
yes. So,
Realtor.
I mean, it's not just me, but yeah. You can laugh.
Another
all you
one.
want, but that's.
Damn it! Oh, you got it! Damn it! Make this shit up.
Okay.
God
Next.
damn it. I'm laughing, man, because I did. Have you watched this since the beginning?
It's funny
Have you
how.
watched this since the beginning? Ma'am, stop. Have you been watching this since the beginning?
I can say here and there.
Oh, God damn it. This is why your godfather undefeated. I told you, the realtor, here she is. Extrovert, attention seeking.
I don't see what's so.
Hopeful, optimistic.
I really don't see
Always
this.
about how value man. Oh God. God damn it. God damn it.
I'm missing the joke, so please fill me in.
You watch the replay. Watch the replay. I've talked about the 7 or 8 archetypes of women, and today we're talking about the realtor. And I went down and said who the realtor is, how she thinks, how she moves, and man, you nailed it to a T. You nailed it to a goddamn T. And I see you every day.
Oh, you're funny.
No, you're common. This is a common mindset, and I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to let you know that you have a choice at 30 years old. But if you don't get some help to get out of whatever's in your mind that's making you on this selfish thing, because whatever it is, it's some fear, scarcity, and like some hurt, some something's there. Because this isn't normal for a female to be so, and you can't fix it yourself. So have a good day though.
You too.
All right, bye.
It's probably some hurt that she went through. It's maybe it was her baby daddy. It was something of that nature. But sometimes when women get hurt, they do fall into the selfishness. Now, some may call it a selfish year or whatever. Some may call it a hot girl summer. Some, 304 phase. Some may call it that. It's it's all the same, really. It's all the same, and a lot of times it's for the same reasons, because they was hurt in the past. So they go on this phase of I'm gonna just do me and just be selfish, and she's no different. Typical mindset, typical realtor. The Godfather, he called it out, right then and there. because he's seeing this type of woman all the time. That being said, I'm going to give her a ranking. Y'all check this out. And there you have it, man. Look, she was killing me with this selfish stuff. I mean, clearly she was selfish, and look, I know that's a phase that some people go through. Sometimes men go through it too. They just want to be selfish. Forget it. I'm gonna just do me. But women can't really afford to do that. I mean, every year is a ticking time. It's more critical for women to get that right, more so than men, because they got a clock. They got a biological clock, and they got a looks expiration date that will expire. So they got more to think about. So to waste years on selfishness is a bad idea, in my opinion. All that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and rank her. Her face wasn't too bad, maybe a notch above average. I give it a 6. As for her body, she looked like she got a decent body too. She looked like she was somewhat in shape. She's a stewardess, so she got to be able to slide in and out of those aisles. So I'm gonna give her body a 6.5. As for her personality, I just think that she's not ready. And then when she gets ready, she's gonna want the guy to pull in not 7 figures, but she's gonna want the guy to pull in at least 90% of the income. She want a Russell Wilson. She want this fairy tale Sierra lifestyle. It's just like, can we move on? Can we be more realistic? What is it with these Disney expectations? Anyway, I gave her personality a 4 for a total score of 16.5 points. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Y'all let me know in the comments. I could be off on something, but she lucky she got 16.5, to be honest. All that being said, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, okay? I will check y'all out in the next one. Peace.
Just don't think you're ready for a serious relationship.
I didn't even know you wanted to get serious.
So what am I in this for?